Hi, in this first video about Astro Pixel Processor, I'm going to stack a short stack of the iris I got the other night. So as I've used the ZW0294 camera, I need to change to my red, green, green, blue Bayer and click Force Bayer. Then I'm going to go to load my light frames. I've only got 15, I think. And then I've got already my master dark and master flat frames somewhere. Iris there, my master dark, master flat open. Now I'm going to leave everything as default except for going to integrate. I'm going to do a median as I've only got 15 subs, and my rejection is going to be a Mad Sigma clip. Then I'm going to integrate and come back when it's finished. Okay, I've got my stack. Let's see what it looks like. Now, there was half a moon out when I done this, and unfortunately my neighbour's bedroom light was on halfway through, so I've got a lot of gradients and light pollution in this, which actually makes it quite a good one to have as a guide. So we need to go to tools now and crop out any overlapping frames, so batch modify. And then I'm just going to pick a crop like so, which I know is cut off, a bit excessive, but we'll cut off them overlapping frames and crop OK. Now we need to select that picture, that image, and next we're going to do a remove light pollution. Now with this we need to try and get, we've got to draw our boxes anywhere where there's no nebulosity or galaxy, or just basically into the dark areas of the image. Calculate that so far. Okay. Now I'm going to draw on, actually I'm going to undo that, because there's nebulosity, although dark gas is there. I'm going to go right up to the edges. There's lots of boxes. Let's try that and calculate. Okay, it's a bit better. I know there's no nebulosity in them, so I'm going to leave them there, and just sort of, you can put as many as you like until you get a nice even image, which is looking pretty good now. I'm going to try one more, but you've got to try and avoid picking up nebulosity, because it will remove it if you cover it. Okay, I'm happy with that, so I'm going to click OK and save. I'm going to leave the file name as it is for now. And we need to select that image again, the one that's just been processed. Now this is where I will now click saturation on and raise the saturation to about 25-ish and just lower the threshold down to about 10. Okay, so calibrate the background, quite simple. Draw our boxes in background. Calculate. What I'm trying to do is avoid bright stars. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. I'm just going to turn that saturation down to 20 because it's a bit overpowering. And the threshold up a bit, maybe 15. Right, okay. This is a difficult one, star color calibration. Let's cancel that a minute. I've got to do the select the last processed image. And then we're going to go to calibrate star color. I want to select a lot of stars, again missing out Nebula. I'm going to change this to black body extinction and calculate. Yeah, most of the stars are red in our sky, so we know that the base of the stars has got to be red. Got here your slope, so this is green versus red slope this side, blue versus green, blue versus red, and green versus red. I need to go a little bit towards the red rather than blue because there's a lot of blue in there, so I'm going to stick both these onto towards the red and just a little bit on this slope here. And see what happens. So we calculate. I'm hoping to get a little bit more red because these are a little bit orange at the moment. Yeah, that's gone a little bit more. Okay, I think I need a bit more red. So the white is the original slope and the green is the new slope. So I'm going the right side here, red to red. This one's red, but still on the blue side. So we're going to put that a bit to magenta, and that another up to 10, and slide that on a bit and calculate, recalculate. It looks okay. I'm no expert when this comes to star calibration. I literally see what I think, and I quite like that, so I'm going to save that. Like I say, I'm no expert, unfortunately, with the star calibration, or indeed the next section, which if we choose our next processed image, selective color. So I'm going to select that. Whatever you do on this side will take effect, but won't be saved until you press that save button. So this is irrelevant to actually what you're doing this side. But you can change the black point, etc., contrast, saturation on the right hand side. Basically here you've got all your colours and an all option. I'm going to start off with the red and add a bit of red to it. The background to quite high. This covers your brightness area if you like, so put that right to 0 and that one up to full. You're covering the whole spectrum, the whole light of the video of the image. If I raise that up, I'm now concentrating on the higher side, so the brighter side of the image. So I'm going to do background to maximum, and I'm going to increase the red in the red and cyan and red and magenta and green. I'm going to aim a little bit towards the yellow and saturation. I'm going to raise a fraction. Calculate. Okay, so it's made the stars pop a bit. And there's a small bit of red in there, which I quite like. And on the top of that curl there's a bit of red. Saturation's a bit high. So I'm going to lower the saturation. That's the threshold. Saturation now down to 15. That's okay. Now we need to apply that before you go to the next one, otherwise it will just cancel out what you've done. Choose your next colour. You can go through all of them if you want. I'm just going to raise my blue saturation a bit. Again, pushing blue, yellow to blue, and the red, cyan to cyan. Saturation up a small amount and calculate. I want a bit more saturation, I think. Okay, that seems okay. There's not a massive difference, but it's made a small amount, so I'm going to apply that. And for the shortness of the video, the next one is going to be all. I'm going to push the green magenta towards magenta. Saturation I'll leave because I can do it on that side in a moment. I'm going to choose the full dynamic range for this. I think we'll just try nudging it up towards the red a bit on the red cyan. Not a huge difference again. Let's try a little bit on the saturation. 20%. That made a little bit difference. It brought out a little bit more detail actually. So, okay, I'm going to apply that. And then create, which will save all the colour changes I've done. And then we cancel, I think, and there's our next image. So I've done everything I want to do on this side. I'm now going to go over to the final points here. So this is my black point. It's very aggressive on 1 to 3. So if I click on the 3 and get 3 to 4, it's much better. So I'm going to raise the black point, which should make it a little bit darker. Not quite enough, a little bit more. That's coming down nicely. I'm just going to keep going for a little while and see, because it's actually bringing out this darker dust quite nicely. This is different stretches, so you can try any of these stretches. They will change the brightness. Now I'm going to enough mess about with the saturation. Just going to raise the threshold and see what we do here. No, see, I've lost some colour in the nebulosity there, so I'm going to try dropping it to say 10. Yeah, that's nicer. Just up the saturation a bit, see how it goes. Yeah, pretty good. So there's a bit of sharpening we can do. This is protecting the sharpness. The higher it goes, the larger you're protecting. So I'm not going to go too aggressive. Too much. It's not very nice. It's still a little bit too much. Actually, I'll protect it a bit further. Oh no, it's the wrong way. So try that way. Protect larger, I guess. That's more like it. Okay, I'm quite happy with that for now. What I will do is take this into Photoshop Express to do some final touches after, but if I click save here, it will save all the work I've done on this side. So we click save, and I'm going to save it as a JPEG for my next bit. I'm going to change the name of it to Iris. I'm going to call it number 2 because I've already done number 1. Okay, I'm going to change this for my sake to a JPEG. Click OK, maximum quality. Okay, saved. So that's how I use Astro Pixel Processor. I've done that fairly quickly to try and get the video short. I hope it helps somebody in some way. Thanks for looking. Okay, so I've opened up Photoshop Express, which is a great little tool, free of course. I'm going to get my last RS2, open it, and I'm just going to do some quick changes here. Select this, which is manual changing, so we're on straight into the light side of things. I'm going to darken my shadows a little bit. I've got before and after here. Okay, highlights. Raise the highlights a fraction. Quite like that. That'll do with the light for now. We're going to go to colour and see. I like vibrance. I mean, it doesn't need much altering because of it's just my personal liking here. Got good star colour, good nebula colour. Effects. This one can be good, clarify, or it can ruin an image. It brings out a lot of detail. Most of these tools can be quite aggressive, so I give it a small amount, which is good. Details, sharpen. Got to be a little bit careful with this because it can make some horrible, horrible looking stars, etc. That's about 50. Yeah, that's all right. This is a good tool, more luminance, noise reduction. You can make an image look really smooth. I've overdone it there, it doesn't need much. Still too much. We'll go down to about 15. Okay, now colour noise reduction. Doesn't need much because there's no bleeding colour. And then you can do your highlight, colour saturation, exaggerate it for this, but you can see the difference you can go through. How much you can play around with this tool. Really handy. That's the highlights and the shadows. You can really mess about them. I'm going to turn the highlights off, shadows off, but the highlights I'm going to, I think, put a tiny amount of more bluey colour, if you like. Shadows, take that right off. Okay, I'm finally going to go back to light and check out the contrast. That's not bad, quite like that. So, save. Job done. Thanks a lot.